Guys, what is going on? My name is Ryan. I play chess and put my videos on YouTube. Today I wanted to continue my series on beginner to chess master and talk a little bit about a chess tactic that I love called the windmill. The windmill is probably one of the most fun tactics and combinations there are in chess, but basically a windmill is a tactic where a combination of discovered checks and regular checks used by a rook and a bishop or a bishop and a knight and can win massive amounts of material usually. So I wanted to run through a couple of examples of what the windmill is and the power that actually pulling off this tactic has in some of your own games. So we're going to start with some easy ones, and then we're going to go up to more challenging examples, and then finally we're going to look at Bobby Fischer's game of the century. So this tactic here in this example starts with black to move, and he takes the more valuable rook, trades off a rook for a knight, and this allows us to ignore that threat and come in and start our windmill. So we go ahead and check with the bishop. The king's only place to move in this situation is back one file. He moves back to the h8 rank, same rank that this rook is on. And this allows us to come in with a discovered check on the king and win his rook. So we win our rook back, and we're in a very favorable position right now. This example of a windmill, in that it wins a lot of material. We originally sacrificed a queen here, but we've got a very interesting, again I said windmills occur with rooks and bishops. We've got this situation going on here. So there's a nice tactic, you should already be sniffing here. Even though we're going to exchange this queen off for this rook, we're going to be able to win more material than we lose. So the tactic starts off with, you guessed it, queen taking here on g2. He has to recapture, and this allows us to come in with our rook, check him back. His only square is that h1 square, and we take our bishop. He's forced to move back one square. We come back with another check, and he would be forced to move to h1, whereas we might, just move our rook back to this e2 square and win our queen back and be up a full bishop in that exchange. My third example is a famous example. I forget who it was played by, but this is a well-known famous position for what the windmill was. Starts off with him doing the bishop move there, and we bring our bishop right here and expose our queen. He's able to take our queen, so it's a queen sack position play. If he doesn't take our queen, then we'll take his queen, or he's forced to move and recapture this pawn or something else, but there's something bad coming here. So he goes ahead and takes the queen, and we come in with check, and we start our barrage of discovered checks. Check, his only spot is right there. We come back with another check, and the cool thing about a windmill is it basically allows you a free move. An unlimited amount of free moves as long as you can stay on this 7th rank here and this G file at the same time. So it just allows you a free move, and he has to move back to his original position. It's his only safe square, and we come back with another check. He's forced to just keep moving there, and we win his queen back. So we won a bishop, a pawn, and a queen for a queen. This is one of my favorite examples. And I've come up with the last example here just to emphasize the full power of the windmill. If it's white to move here, I think you can guess already that we're going to be using this rook and this bishop. Originally it looks pretty bad here for white. We've got doubled pawns, we've got a queen here ready to take either this rook or this bishop. All of his pawns are still here. He's got both rooks still. He's just up a whole lot in this position, but we have a tactic that turns basically the completely losing position into a winning position in one tactic, and that's the windmill. And I just like this example of something I just came up with quick, and it exemplifies the full power of this tactic. So if it's white to move, we would move right here. King would be forced back to that square, and we would move off with check. He'd be forced to come here, check, takes, check, king here, check. So we just keep on winning material. And we'd win his queen here in this position, and white would be substantially winning in this position now. With 3 more pawns, we could just count the pieces. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 versus 1, 2, 3. We're going to have a pretty nice game here, pushing our pawns and getting all of our pieces active. In Bobby Fischer's game, it's been called the game of the century because it has you'll just see it's very cool, and it's a queen sacrifice into a windmill. So in this position, it's black to move, and you can see that black's queen is threatened here. Bobby Fischer goes ahead and ignores it and puts his bishop here on this square. If you have a free queen, it's pretty hard not to take a free queen. So his opponent went ahead and took here, and this sets Bobby up for a very interesting windmill attack with a bishop and a knight. This is my only bishop and knight example, I believe, and it's because they're a lot more rare, I think, than your rook and your bishop windmills. And a windmill is very rare in the first place. So this is a very interesting game. So basically, he moves his bishop and recaptures here with check. This rook is doing a good job making it so he cannot escape here, so his only square is this right here. And Bobby comes down and applies check, and his only really move is right here. He comes up and just gobbles some material. He's forced to move back. Bobby Fischer brings his knight down here with check. He has to move the king back over. He moves his knight over here with check. He's forced to move the knight back over. And then he has this nice little move by taking the bishop here, which also, threatens to take this knight. And what his opponent ended up playing was this move, attacking the bishop all of a sudden. Bobby Fischer decided to come down with the rook right here, and we start to see that Bobby Fischer's pieces are very well connected. It's a very coordinated position right now, even though he gave up the queen. All of his pieces are just working so well together. You see that this rook is in the corner, just absolutely shut out. So he goes ahead and tries to take some material back, but it's not really enough. We see here that Bobby Fischer goes and takes this king safety, so we went like that, and he came down and just gobbled up some more material and moved his king to safety over here, and we just came over and took another piece with our knight. Notice how it cannot capture here because it's protected by the rook. He decided it's time to get this rook active and get him off of being recaptured by the knight by exchanging off these knights and these rooks, and he does so. And he comes down, and you can see how well coordinated all of Bobby Fischer's pieces are right now. He's got a knight here with only 4 squares he can possibly go, and he went on to win this game very comfortably. So this is my video on what the windmill tactic is. I hope you get the good fortune to play one of these games in your chess in the future. It's a tactic to always be looking out for. Anyways, I wish you the best of luck, and have a good day. What's up, guys? Thanks again for watching my video here today. I really appreciate it, and if you have any questions about any specific moves or anything about the game, please leave them below. I'd love to answer those. And last but not least, if you got anything out of this video at all, or you just simply enjoyed it, I would highly encourage you to subscribe. It helps me out a lot, and that way you can, get in touch with any future videos that I put out. Anyways, have a good rest of your day, and good luck in your chess.